Okay, so today we're going deep on the 2024 Bay Area housing market.
Okay.
You've been seeing all those crazy headlines,
All right.
and you want to kind of get a handle on what actually happened.
Yeah.
We've got that market
Uh,
report to dig into, and
yeah.
you also had some notes, you jotted down,
Right.
including a realtor named Lisa Lum that you'd like to talk about.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one to dive into
I
because,
know, right?
2024 had a lot of people wondering, what was going to happen with the market.
Exactly.
And
Especially
say
after,
people thought it was going to crash.
yeah, last couple of years, right?
And
Yeah.
it actually turned out to be a really strong year for the Bay Area.
Yeah, it defied all expectations. I mean,
Yeah.
a 19% jump in home sales?
Yeah. 19%. That's huge.
That's a big jump. I mean, what do you think fueled that kind of unexpected growth?
Well, the Bay Area economy is always a big factor.
Of course.
And it stayed pretty strong, added like 24,000 new jobs, a lot of those in tech and professional services.
Right, right.
So you have more people employed. Wages went up like 3%. Unemployment was super low at 4.4%.
So people feeling good about their jobs and feeling more confident about buying right.
Exactly. Feeling good about spending money and getting into the market.
Now, but what about this whole return to office thing?
Right.
Right? I mean, for a while, everybody was talking about remote work.
Right.
How do you think that played into things?
Yeah, it's a really interesting kind of subplot to this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Because for a while we were all wondering, is everyone going to be working from home now? What's going to happen? But
Yeah.
it seems like the return to office trend actually boosted demand,
Okay.
especially for places in the Inner Bay Area.
Yeah, closer to those offices, right?
Exactly. Nobody
Huh.
wants to be stuck in traffic for 2 hours each way.
I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah.
If you're going back to the office 5 days a week, you want to be
Right.
close to work.
Now, the report also mentioned something called active listings,
Yes.
which I guess means just the number of homes for sale. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's basically like your inventory,
That's not it.
how many homes are actually on the market at any given time.
Okay.
And that was up 21% from the previous year.
Wow.
Yeah, we're talking an average of about 5,400 homes per month.
Some more options for buyers, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Way more options than we've seen in a while.
Interesting.
I mean, that's the highest we've seen since 2018, actually.
Wow. Okay, so more jobs, more people going back to the office, more houses on the market.
Yep, yeah.
But what about this crazy luxury market boom?
Oh, yeah.
40% surge in sales for homes over $3.5 million?
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
I mean, what are those houses? Spaceships or something?
Right. It really is remarkable.
Yeah.
But, it kind of makes sense when you think about it.
How so?
Well, the stock market was doing really well.
Right.
And, the Bay Area has a lot of wealth concentrated in that tech industry.
Yeah.
So those folks at the top, they're doing well. They're buying those high-end properties.
Yeah, and the report called out the Peninsula and the South Bay as, like, really hot spots for that.
Absolutely. Yeah, those are the areas where you saw a lot of that luxury demand.
Now, that's all great for those who can afford it.
Right.
But did this boom really trickle down? I mean, for the rest of us regular folks.
Unfortunately, that's the downside.
Yeah.
Like, the overall market was strong, but affordability was still a huge problem,
Wow.
especially in those lower price ranges.
Yeah, the report said something like 55% of homes still sold above asking price.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
I mean, it feels like we're bidding on houses like there's some kind of rare Pokemon card.
Right. It's a tough market to navigate for sure.
It is, and especially for first-time buyers.
Oh, yeah. They have it the hardest for sure.
No, and the competition is even worse near those job centers, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
in San Francisco, sellers were getting an average of 18% over asking.
15% over.
Yeah. So, if a house is listed for $1 million,
Yeah.
it's probably going to sell for closer to 1.2 million.
Wow, that's intense.
It is.
And then we've got the median home price hitting a record high, right? $1.32 million.
Yep. That's a 5.2% increase from the year before.
So how much of that do you think is driven by this luxury market boom?
I'd say a significant portion. Those high-end sales really skew the numbers.
That makes sense.
So good news for some, but definitely not for everyone, right?
Right, right. So what's the outlook for 2025?
Well, mortgage rates are still a big question mark.
Yeah.
They could go up, and that might cool things down a bit, especially in those lower price ranges,
Okay.
which, might give some buyers a little breathing room.
Right.
But I don't think we're going to see a sudden crash or anything.
Right.
The Bay Area market is pretty resilient.
It is, yeah.
Always has been.
So what about the long-term impact of all this?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, will the Bay Area always be this magnet?
Right.
Even with these sky-high prices?
Yeah. Will we see a shift?
Yeah.
Will people and companies start moving to more affordable areas?
Right. Or will the allure of the Bay Area and, as a tech hub, as a place for innovation,
Right.
will that outweigh the cost of living? I mean,
Yeah. Nobody knows.
it's really hard to say what will happen.
Now, before we wrap up, let's circle back to those notes you had about the realtor, Lisa Lum,
Oh,
from
yeah.
Coldwell Banker in Menlo Park.
Yeah, she came highly recommended.
Yeah. And, based on what we've talked about with the Peninsula market,
Yeah.
it sounds like she could be a really valuable asset.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in a hot market like the Peninsula.
Right.
Navigating that can be tricky.
Yeah.
So having a seasoned local expert like Lisa
Right.
could be a huge help.
For sure. For sure. So,
Yeah.
if you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in the area,
Yeah.
Lisa might be your secret weapon.
Definitely reach out to her.
Now, speaking of investments, right? Given these market trends, do you think the Bay Area is always going to be a good bet?
I mean,
It's a gamble either way, right?
it is, yeah. It's hard to predict the future.
It really is.
I mean, only time will tell how this all plays out.
For sure.
But it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks for diving into this with me.
Yeah, this was a good one.
Really fascinating stuff.
And it is, yeah.
Always a lot going on in the Bay Area.
It never gets boring, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. We'll catch you next time.
See you later.